Good day, everyone. For today's discussion, we will be tackling all about the lesson 2 for our finals, interpreting literature through drama and play. But before we proceed, let me introduce to you our learning objectives. So, at the end of this lesson, you are expected to recognize how effective drama can serve as a teaching tool in promoting student literacy, distinguish the difference between text centered and text edge drama as the main categories in educational drama, and apply the concepts of puppetry and video theater in the text drama feature Teacher Enrolled. Using drama as a teaching tool promotes the interests of students in literacy. It is based on the premise that an involved child is an interested child and an interested child will learn. Malaki ang naitutulong ng drama sa pagkatuto ng mga students natin, especially sa literature. Mas napapadali ang pag-intindi ng mga students ng literary piece kapag kasali or involved sila sa nangyayari. Nabanggit nga dyan, an involved child is an interested child and an interested child will learn. So, the more na-involve yung mga students natin sa pagkatuto, mas nagiging interesado sila pang mas matuto. 'Di ba example, kapag nagre-recitation tayo, tapos may mga students kayong nagre-recite, the more na nakakasagot sila at nako-comment sila, mas nagiging triggered sila mag-answer or makisali sa discussion. Same goes lang din po yan sa drama natin. So, according to McMaster 1998, drama in this case directly involves the child, so it is an invaluable tool in literacy development. According to Booth, drama helps students to develop skills embedded in the reading process, such as contextualizing what they read in a text to their own experience, feelings, attitudes, ideas, values, and life situations. Sa drama, di ba, may retention, may mastery, may actions na nangyayari. The more na ang student natin ay involved, mas nakakatulong ito para mas mapadali ang acquiring ng knowledge sa bata. Magiging master nila ang literary piece kapag ginamitan nila ng drama. Kaya nga, sabi ni McMaster, it is an invaluable tool in literacy development kasi malaki ang tulong naitutulong ng drama sa pagkatuto ng mga bata gamit ang literature. It encompasses the four modalities of language arts: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Children who are challenged by writing and reading would most likely respond positively to the imaginative and multisensory learning offered by drama. Kids who are fond of reading and writing has the most or widest imagination, di ba? So, they like writing and reading kasi mas na-enhance ang imaginative skills nila. Mas nakakatulong din ito para sa pagiging imaginative ng mga students natin kasi kaya nilang i-picture out kung ano ang mga nangyayari sa literary piece na binabasa nila. So in terms of speaking and listening naman, it can also be a great help sa mga students natin because they can practice internalizing their script sa literary piece and they can act out based on their emotions by speaking or listening. Magiging tama rin yung articulations nila or speaking nila kasi masasanay sila during their practice sa pakikinig at pagsasalita. Since drama is a natural part of children's lives, this art form can be used to encourage students to learn interactively and actively as it encourages students to understand and express various points of views. Maraming involved sa drama. Elementary grades, mga grade 5 or grade 6, diba nagdadrama na. Minsan kahit sa high school and hanggang college, may mga role plays tayong ginagawa or yung one-act play. Included ang halos lahat ng students, maramihan. The reason bakit maramihan sila kasi need ng students to have interaction while doing the drama. Hindi naman pwedeng i-script reading siyang mag-isa. Kasi papaano niya malalaman yung mga kailangan ilapat na emotions kung walang makikinig? Wala siyang kabatuhan ng lines. Okay, so in that way, may explore nila ang importance ng drama. Bakit kailangan iba-iba yung mga point of views? Bakit ganito yung na iaambag ng drama sa literature? Bakit malaking help ang drama sa literature? Students also develop soft skills like creativity, communication, inquiry, self confidence, empathy, cooperation, leadership, and negotiation. That is according to Farmer 2011. Maraming skills ang made-develop ng bata because of the drama. It can help them be confident, mabuboost yung tiwala nila sa sarili nila, mas magiging able sila mag-express ng sarili nila, and mas mapapadali ang perception nila sa mga bagay-bagay. They can have their own opinion about anything. They'll be able to communicate and relay what's on their mind. Malaki ang ambag ng drama sa pagkatuto ng mga students natin, hindi lang sa academic stuff, di ba? Kasi pag sa academic stuff, given na, pag once natutunan mo na yung literary piece, tapos ginamitan mo nga ang drama, ininterpret mo yung literature gamit ang drama, given na, natatatak sa utak mo yung literary piece. Kasi hindi mo lang siya binasa, hindi mo lang siya inintindi. Ginawa mo pa siya. Okay, so yan yung ambag ng drama sa academic stuff natin. And also, pati na rin sa personal stuff nila. Example, yung pagiging confident nga, magiging able ka na mag-express ng sarili mo. So, yan yung that is why mahalagang maging part ng pagkatuto ng bata ng literary piece ang drama. So, when it comes to developing literacy, incorporating drama in the curriculum and class dynamic will enrich the learning process. As I've mentioned earlier, yung kayang ibigay ng drama sa pagkatuto ng bata is marami. Unang-una lang dyan is yung pagiging eager nilang matutuhan yung literary piece or yung literature. Kaya it's a big help to use drama in our curriculum in order for our student to learn or master better the literary pieces. According to Literary Devices 2017, the drama is a mode of fictional representation through dialogue and performance. A drama is composed in verse or prose that presents a story either in pantomime or dialogue. This type of literary form is a good way for dramatists to speak to their readers and audiences directly. So, alam niyo naman na kung anong drama. So, yan yung nangyayari sa mga pinapanood nyo, di ba? Pinapanood natin. Yan yung may mga script na minamaster or minimemorize ng mga artista. Tapos, nagpapalitan sila ng dialogues. Hindi siya yung drama na alitan or araraway, suruay between you and your classmates or mga kaaway ninyo. Drama is a written work that tells a story through action and speech. May kunyari sinasampal, sinusuntok-suntok, nagdadabog, ganun. Yan yung drama. And it is meant to be acted on stage. But, not all drama naman kailangan sa stage gawin. May mga drama naman tayo na pwedeng gawin inside the classroom kahit nakaupo lang kayo. Example, kayo dyan sa last row or sa harapan, pwede kayong mag-create ng drama basta meron lang kayong script or dialogue na binabasa or memorize. Yan yung drama. Characters in the story are used as a vehicle to convey certain thoughts and values. Through spoken words and dialogues, clues are given as to the characters' feelings, backgrounds, and personalities. Yung mga bida kontra bida or mga people sa drama natin, ang mga malaki ang ambag or malaki ang mga work kasi they will be the one making the drama. Okay? Sila yung gagawa ng paraan kung paano mag-work ang drama. Magbabatuhan sila ng lines, mag-exchange ng mga lines. Sa emotions ng characters ng drama natin malalaman kung ano yung pinoportray nilang emotions. Kung halimbawa, masaya sila, syempre yung lines nila is pang-happy lang. Hindi naman sila pwedeng mag-act na masaya pero in real life or in reality sa dialogue nila is sad yung nakalagay sa ating literary piece. Okay? So, yung characters natin sa drama is mga malalaki yung trabaho. Kasi dyan tayo kukuha ng clue kung halimbawa, yung mga teleserye, di ba na pinapanood natin, kunyari, meron dong yung kay Maris Rakal, yung ngayong pinapanood niya, hindi ko alam yung title. Pero yan, based from kung paano niya i-deliver yung kanyang lines, paano niya i-deliver yung kanyang dialogues, ma-identify mo kung anong klaseng personality yung pinoportray niya sa drama or sa pelikulang ginagawa niya ngayon. I mean, teleserye, sorry. So, yan. Sa mga lines, tayo kukuha ng clue kung anong klaseng character ang pinoportray ng ating mga characters. As a collection of instructional approaches, the drama is able to engage learners in a way that they causes them to talk about what they are learning. Activity madalas yung drama natin. So, since may mga characters tayo dyan sa ating drama, yung mga characters natin is natututunan nila kung ano yung nangyayari sa literary piece or literature na kanilang ini-interpret gamit ang drama. So, mas madalas magagamit nila yon or pag-uusapan nila kung ano yung mga nangyayari sa loob ng ating literary piece. Say for example, may drama tayong ibibigay. Tapos, before mag-exchange ng lines yung mga characters natin, pag-uusapan muna nila yung anong background, kunyari, ng scene, yung kanilang ipoportray para malagyan nila ng emotion. So, while doing that, yung mga bata natin is natututunan yung literary piece and at the same time, nakakapag-produce ng kanilang sariling way of expressing themselves using drama. Facilitating dramatic experiences that are based on literature is vital because acting out stories motivates students to process and share information. Mas madaling maibahagi ng mga students natin ang nangyayari sa literary piece gamit ang drama and nag-i-enjoy sila habang ginagawa yon. Mas magaganahan silang i-share sa harap ng classmates nila ang binasa at inaral nilang literary piece kasi mas madali nilang maipapaintindi ang piece dahil sa drama. So, story dramatization introduces children to the writing process that allows them to creatively express their ideas and feelings, as well as develop their social skills. That is according to Reg and Paquette 2009. So, may mga students tayo na natututong magsulat or natitrigger magsulat dahil lang sa naging part sila ng story dramatization or naging part sila ng mga drama or mga plays. Mas natitrigger silang mas matuto kung ano yung kaya pa nilang i-explore. And yung dramatization ng stories naman, it will help them to explore and learn their capabilities. Kung hanggang saan lang yung kaya nila. Kaya ba nila makagawa ng sarili nilang story, kagawa ng sarili nilang literary piece. Since drama combines action and activity, the brain is able to retain and learn information easily. There are various teaching strategies in drama that teachers can employ depending on the lesson objective. So, di ba, meron tayong learning by doing na sinasabi or tinatawag. You are learning by doing what you are learning. So, sa drama natin, nakakombine yan. Gagawa ka habang natututo ka. Ginagawa mo yung nasa literary piece kasi dinadrama mo. Mas mapapadaling pumasok or magkaroon ng retention yung ating literary piece kasi you're part of learning. Mas mapaprocess mo yung information ng madalian. Kaya 'di ba may mga students tayo na pag mga active inside the classroom, nakakapag-recite or involve all the time sa discussion is natututo sila. Unlike those students natin na nakikinig lang literal, nakaupo lang, nakikinig lang sa sinasabi ng teacher. Konti lang yung retention na pumapasok sa utak nila kasi hindi naman sila involved physically and mentally. Nakafocus lang sila sa matututunan nila mentally. Yung sa drama natin, it combines action and activity. Kaya mas madali yung retention sa utak ng bata. So, as I've mentioned earlier, meron tayong categories of educational drama. First, we have the text-centered drama and the text-edged drama. Let's differentiate the two. So, sa text-centered drama tayo, according to Wolf 2004, text-centered drama can take many forms. But its primary virtue is the text. Kaya nga text-centered drama. This means interpreting the words on the page is the driving force. One famous type of text-centered drama is reader's theater. It develops a reading fluency because it involves children reading parts in scripts. So, sa text-centered drama, nakafocus tayo sa pag-i-interpret ng words sa text natin. Mas nakakatulong ito para pagiging well-articulated ng mga bata natin sa kanilang fluency sa pagbabasa or kanilang pronunciation. A stage is unnecessary and students can simply sit or stand in a semicircle. Students do not need to memorize their parts, but they would need to reread it more than once. The best types of scripts to use for this one are scripts with a lot of good dialogue. No need na mag-memorize sa text-centered drama natin kasi you will just read it lang naman. Meron kayong script na or dialogue na nakahanda. But kailangan pa ulit-ulit para mas ma-interpret mo ang text based from your own understanding sa binabasa ninyo. Okay, so now po we will be having our second category, the text-edged drama. So the other category of educational drama is text-edged drama, which emphasizes a dialogic approach to drama. That's according to Wolf 2004. Children start with a text, whether from a book, play, picture, object, or film clip, and then explore it. Rather than simply performing it, students elaborate upon it. Dito ka na magbabasa ng with feelings. Hindi ka lang basta-basta nagbabasa. Okay? Hindi ka katulad ng text-centered na binabasa mo lang lahat. Ang nangyayari dito is, ini-explore mo na yung text. Kahit saan pa yan, kahit part lang yan ng script or nakuha nyo lang any text kung saan lugar, okay lang. Ang kailangan mo gawin is i-explore, i-elaborate kung ano yung nakapaloob sa script na binabasa mo. They begin to think carefully about the context of the text and how this reflects various roles and people's social standing. This means that there is an emphasis on connecting oneself and seeing things from new perspectives. Groups may be assigned a certain scene or idea, and no learner is responsible for one particular role or character. This is because exploration is everyone's responsibility. So, hindi tayo pareha ng sa text-centered drama na yung line mo is dapat ma-portray mo ng tama or mapaulit-ulit mo pagbasa para magkaroon ng retention or ng fluency. Sa text-edged drama naman natin, hindi pwedeng iaasa sa isa. Kasi parang by group siya. Dapat lahat kayo responsible kung paano ninyo ipoportray or i-express yung text or lines na kailangan nyong i-express. Nabanggit nga dyan, this is because exploration is everyone's responsibility. So, hindi yan nakatoka para sa isang tao lang. So, lahat ng part ng students or lahat ng mga students kailangan may part sa ating text-edge drama. Lahat sila magpo-portray or mag-i-interpret ng kanilang understanding sa text na binasa nila. Okay, so yun po nag-e-end lang yung ating two categories, yung text-centered drama and text-edge drama. Okay, so since this is the end of our slide, I will be cutting this video recording na po, and I'll be sending the copy of our discussion on our group chat para may copy ang lahat ng students. Also, please have your attendance on a one whole yellow pad and indicate the date ngayong araw. So, yun lang po. I'll be seeing you through video discussion again by next meeting. And isisend ko na lang po ito sa group chat. Thank you and goodbye.